We're going to be talking. Hey everyone, my name's Natalie and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hello. I have done a ton of pre-nursing videos in the past and I recently have just been accepted into nursing school. So nursing videos will be here on my channel in the future. If you're not interested in that, which I feel like you may be if you're watching this video, I also do a ton of lifestyle vlogs as well. If you're interested in seeing any of that, please hit the subscribe button down below. As a small YouTuber, I would really appreciate it. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about how to pass the ATITs. The first thing I want you to do is to contact your university or that nursing program and see what score you need to get in order to be accepted into the nursing program. Every university is different, every school is different, so make sure you know. Some don't even need you to take the TEAS test, which is crazy, but that's true. So make sure you know if you need to take it or not and what score you need to get. There is also a deadline for you to take the TEAS in order for you to be accepted into the nursing program at a specific semester or term, so you need to know when that needs to be taken by. For me, it was January 31st of 2020. I was taking it through January in order to be accepted into a nursing program in the fall of 2020. So make sure you know your deadline, what score you need to get, and if you even need to take it at all. Next, we're going to be talking about the materials you will need in order to pass the ATITs. The first one that I recommend is this ATITs Secrets book. I really loved this. It had a ton of information, a full-length practice test. There's 2 of them, which I use so often. They also have, if you want to review video tutorials, yeah, an amazing, like ton of amazing things on here. Just so much info. I've seen this all over. And I was like, well, if all these people are using it, then I better use it too because they're passing this TEAS test, getting advanced scores, and I want to do the same thing. So that is what I did. The next book I got was the ATITs Study Guide version 6. This is by Accepted Incorporated. Personally, I do not recommend this book. I just wouldn't even get it. It's honestly such a generalized, broad version study guide that it didn't even help me that much because a lot of the questions are very kind of specific. So that one didn't help me that much. If it helped you, that's wonderful, but for me, it didn't cut it. Instead, I would recommend getting a study guide from the ATITs website itself. That way, you have the information that's going to be on the test from the company. Like literally, they're handing it to you. So I recommend getting a study guide from them and also another one. Those are the materials I recommend, as well as the app. This is called the ATITs Pocket Prep app. I will have a picture of it right here so you can go search it in the app store. It is a little mobile study guide that gives you 20 questions for free from the sections, and if you want to pay for the 2,000 to like 3,000 something questions, it's around $15 to $25 in that range. It's not too bad. I got all the questions because I figured, well, you know, I really want to do good on this test and I want to have all these sources that I can. So I got all the questions and they were really helpful because a ton of the questions were just reworded differently and they were on the test. So definitely recommend getting that. It's a great way, like if you're out at lunch and everyone's on their phone, then you can just do a quick few questions. If you're getting up in the morning and you're on your phone, do a few questions there. At night, same thing. Anywhere you could do practice study questions, literally anywhere. So the TEAS goes in the order from reading, math, science, and English. I don't think they switch it up in that order. I think that's usually how it goes, but I'm not 100% sure. So the first thing is reading, and that is just kind of reading this passage, understanding the author's main point of view, what is the main idea of this story, what is the theme, blah, 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 everything like that. And what's great to do is go again to your study guide and do those practice readings and practice questions. Each section will like literally go over everything from all the way to like what an opinion is, to the author's perspective and what you're kind of looking for. So I found this section to be one of the easiest during the test because I kind of just feel like if you went through high school and you took literature or reading classes, then you already get the basis of it. And this I got an advanced score and it was pretty much one of the easiest ones. The next section you go into is math, and this I got a 90 something score, which was amazing. I couldn't believe it. I do like math, but I was so nervous for this because I haven't taken really algebra in like a year, and I'm not strong with fractions. So what I did was I went onto YouTube and I looked up how to convert fractions to decimals, decimals to fractions, fractions to percentages, percentages to decimals, and back and forth, all those different ways between those. So you'll need to know percentages, fractions, decimals, and how to convert those, as well as number fractions, is that what they're called, or mixed fractions? I don't know, guys, it was a while, but the ones that has the fraction and the big number in front of it, you know what I mean? So you want to know how to convert those into a decimal or so on. And what I did was I went onto YouTube and watched a ton of Khan Academy, a ton of professors on there breaking it down in the simplest way, because your girl has never been good at fractions. That is seriously so heavy in the ATIs section of math. It is so heavy in those conversions. So I definitely recommend you have those down solid out of anything. You need to know that, because they will list these from order of least to greatest or greatest to least. And there'll be a mix, again, of fractions, percentages, decimals, mixed numbers, and all that kind of stuff. So you need to be able to convert it to one thing, all of them to a decimal, and then you'll be able to see what is in greatest to least. Definitely know that for the math section. Do those practice questions that are in your study guide. I feel like that's a no-brainer, but some people just really don't want to hear it, that this involves a ton of studying, and it does, but that's what it takes in order to get into a good nursing program or the nursing program of your choice. Then the next section is science. This is anatomy, physiology, and chemistry based. Man, I definitely recommend going over your notes from your previous anatomy and physiology classes. If you haven't taken it yet, then just go over what's in the ATI's book or study guide. I definitely recommend it. What you need to know, what was really big on my test, was the blood flow of the heart, knowing how it goes through the whole thing. So, you know, the right atrium, through the tricuspid valve, to the right ventricle, to the pulmonary, everything like that. You need to know. You need to know, because it will ask you specific questions on the heart's anatomy. And then it also has some chemistry. Chemistry, you guys, was so hard for me. I'm not a chemistry person. I last took chemistry in high school, my junior year, and I'm just now taking it again, and I cannot say that I like it in any way. So there you have it. Because of that, science was one of my lower out of the 4 because of chemistry. That was really heartbreaking, but it was fine because I still passed anyway and got a really good score, but it was just hard. Chemistry is not for me. Know what an ionic bond is, all the different bonds, know how to balance equations. That just, I should have studied more on that, so definitely do it. And then the final section is English. This is actually pretty hard. Don't be deceived by it. They want you to know your punctuation, your commas, what a semicolon means, where you use it in a sentence, where you use a colon in a sentence, all those different types of grammar and punctuation. They also want you to be able to spell things correctly. So they'll give you a question, which of these 4 words is spelled correctly? And honestly, that tripped me up. I was like, you know, I thought I knew how it was spelled, and then I was seeing all these different things, and I was like, you know, that kind of looks more right, but I'm not sure now. And it really just trips you up. So know your spelling on complicated words, I guess. So in this book, the ATI Secret Book, in the English section, they have commonly misspelled words. So one that I always had was accommodate, appearance, correspondent. Some of them just, they really trip you up, and they give you a list of misspelled words. So that's what this book is really good for, and I would just go over them and make sure you definitely know how to spell them, because if you're a little unsure and you see something that kind of looks right, then it's like, that may be different. I may not have known that. So my experience with the T's, I have a video all about that for you. I'll have it up in the iCard if you want to click that there after this is over, or in the description. I talk about what was on the T's, my experience with the T's, and I thought that was going to be enough information, but a lot of you were like, no, you need to make another one. So I just wanted to see an updated review. So I took the T's twice. The first time I needed a 60 something in order for the nursing school to even consider letting me in. They had to have like a 62 maybe. So yeah, I passed. I got above a 62. I got in somewhere in the 60s for my first time, which was not bad. And to be honest, that time I didn't study as much. So still passed. I was happy, but I wanted to take it again because I was not over the moon about my score. So I took it again. I did very well that second time. I got a, I think it was like a 78. Yeah, it was an advanced score. I had 78. An advanced score is from like a 78 to I think an 80 something. I got a 78, so that was very happy for me. I jumped a ton of points, only my second time. But for some reason, before I even took it the second time, I had signed up for a third one because if you don't know, the test is taken on a computer, proctored by someone from your school or a different school. And I wanted to make sure that those spots did not fill up, and I was afraid I was not going to do well on the second time, and I signed up for a third. And once you sign up, you don't get a refund, so I took it again a third time. I honestly was not worried about it. I was just going to take it because I signed up again. I already got the score I kind of wanted and was not really going to pressure myself, so I just took it, got the same exact score. Wasn't a big deal. That was that. Anyway, I did very well. I honestly do not remember what the first score was. And then I jumped to like a 78. So that was amazing. My tips for that is honestly, if you want to do well, you need to study between a period of 2 months. Almost every single day, studying for at least 15 minutes. That way you're really getting it down. I studied for probably like a few weeks, just really cramming it, and I do not suggest that at all. I know it can be done, but don't do that. Don't put that pressure on yourself. You want to even out your time over a course of like 2 to 3 months, even longer if you want to start studying now, just reviewing things. You can. Really, you got to think about like, this is the score that's going to get you into the nursing program that you want. So you want to do well on it, right? You need to be able to manage your time and when to say no, you can't go do things because you need to study, especially when it's getting closer to the test. When it's getting closer to the test, I recommend studying for a week and kind of just really taking that time to hone in on your studying and being able to pass this test because it's so important. So if you're nervous about a specific question on the T's, definitely just go through those practice questions in your book. A lot of them offer, like I said, full-length practice tests. This one does. I know a few others do as well. There's 2 of them in here. Go through those questions. Go through them a lot because a lot of those questions will be on the test or reworded differently. Same with the ATIT's pocket prep. Practice those math questions, you guys. Seriously, go over them. What I did for math, because I was kind of not feeling confident about that, I went to the practice test and just really took my time practicing each question and each way of doing the questions and whatnot. So yeah, the math was surprisingly a lot less harder than I was anticipating, which is really, really nice. And I just recommend that you breathe, go in it with a positive mindset, knowing that you're gonna do the best you can, and you can always, hopefully you can take it a second time. Hopefully you don't have to. Some schools only allow you to take it 2 times. So definitely, again, make sure you know your university standards on the TEAS test and everything like that. Anyway, I hope this video helped some of you ease your mind or make you feel more confident about the TEAS. Again, I already have a video up that talks about what exactly is basically on the TEAS and my first experience with it. So go check it out. Again, I'll have it linked in the description or somewhere up here in the iCard. So yeah, make sure you subscribe if you're interested in seeing nursing videos. By the end coming up, hopefully I'll have a nursing school haul. Very excited about that. And if you want to check out about the nursing school that I'm into and how I got accepted and whatnot, or my acceptance experience, I will also have that linked in the bottom. Go check that out. Yeah, I'm very excited. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Go follow my Instagram down below. It's always in the description. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.